Okay, when it comes to the subject of people trying to guilt trip you over possibly killing older people in your family over the holidays, just know that if you accidentally kill anybody in a nursing home, they wanted to die. Do not feel bad about that. You did them a favor. Give them a good send-off, have a party for them. Social distancing enforced, of course. What's up, everybody? Rivera here, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. Please do me the favor of hitting the like button, commenting when I get on your nerves, and subscribing so you know the next time that I'll get on your nerves. Here's the deal. This holiday season, there's going to be a lot of guilt involved with going to visit your family. Some of you are going to feel like not telling your friends that you're going to see family because it's considered irresponsible, especially if your parents are older. My parents are 70 and 80. One way or another, they're on their way out, so the least I could do is stop in for Thanksgiving and say a last goodbye. Thank them for actually making me a homeowner once they shove off. But on a serious note, that's really what I see these holidays as, where people are trying to guilt trip a lot of us into not seeing our families. I feel like this is the most important time to see your family, because my parents are 70 and 80, and I don't know what's going on with my parents' health. As far as I can tell, they're healthy, but my parents are very private about that stuff. Like, I have a very open relationship with my parents in a lot of ways, but there are certain topics where it's just off limits, and I can't even push that. So let's say that this is their last Thanksgiving. Let's say that this is their last Christmas. Would I want them to spend that last Christmas without seeing me? Because I know the way my parents feel about me. So for me, the idea of not seeing my parents at a time when they said they wanted to see me, because I wasn't going to go for Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving I could do without because it's not their strong suit. My parents are not good with making a turkey. I'm glad they don't pay attention to Facebook or YouTube because I can speak freely right now and not get canceled by my parents. But I never am looking for Thanksgiving food when I go to my parents' house. And I know that might sound mean, but they just have no patience when it comes to that goddamn bird. No patience at all. They keep opening the oven door. I don't know why they do that. That gets on my nerves. And then they fidget with it, and then they decide that it needs to be turned up. And my mom can cook other things. She's a really good cook. I mean, I love my mom's food. But when it comes to turkey, I don't know why these two cannot get it together. So this year, my mom had proposed we skip Thanksgiving because she's the only one that can make those decisions. She's a real Donald Trump, that one. But she decided that we weren't going to have a Thanksgiving. And then my niece, that's who I really need to get on. And she might be watching my YouTube. So she better know that she's on the list right now. Because my niece insisted that we do Thanksgiving. And my mom said, no, I don't want to cook. And my niece said, I will cook. You don't have to do anything. And then my mom was like, well, if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be me. And then she decided that she was going to cook for Thanksgiving. And then my niece told my mom that I had already told her that I wasn't going to be there for Thanksgiving, which is true. I had told my niece that. But when my niece told my mom that, my mom said, he thinks he's not going to be here for Thanksgiving. And so when my niece told me that my mom said that I thought I wasn't going to be there, I was like, okay, well then this is an order, which that's kind of the rule in my family. My mom has a saying, and not everybody may live this way, but my mom's saying is, when mama calls, you answer. She's so obnoxious. I tell you guys, my mom is so annoying, but that is her saying. She regularly tells me, you know the rules around here. When mama calls, you answer. And my thing is, it's gotten to the point where anywhere I go, I'm a super spreader event. I'm always out in the world. I have to be out in the world to do the stuff that I have to do. It's not just me being difficult. It's not just me being rebellious. It's that I actually do have to be out in the world. How else am I going to be able to do stand-up? And this, unfortunately, is the way I've been supporting myself. So I don't really know what people think I would do to not be. Would I quarantine for 14 days before I go see my family? Because that wouldn't have been possible even if I had been completely willing to do that. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I was just in Chattanooga, Tennessee last week. So I don't really know what I'm supposed to do outside of just decide not to see my parents, which is not going to happen. I love my parents so much. I need to see my parents whenever I want to see them. I know that pisses some people off, but it is what it is. Get over it. Have your feelings. I guess you're not going to cancel me, so you can try. This has been Rivera, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. And for anybody that might be thinking that on some level I'm being serious about getting my parents' house when they die, one, I will get the house when they die. That's not a question. But I would much rather have my parents than have their house. Their house is cute, but I'd much rather have my parents. Really, if I had my druthers, I get a house for my parents here in Vegas, and then they come live here until the end of their days. I guess what I'm saying is, I've been with my parents for too long now, and one way or another, somebody's got to get a house out of this deal.